Hello everyone, and welcome to National Canadian Film Day 2020. My name's Stephen Heatley, and it is my pleasure and privilege to be the head of the Department of Theatre and Film at UBC. Before we start our program, it's important to acknowledge that the University of British Columbia is situated on the traditional, ancestral, and unceded territory of the Musqueam people. We are grateful to the Musqueam for their stewardship of these lands and grateful for the opportunity to work, play, learn, and create here. National Canadian Film Day is an event founded in 2014. At UBC, we're proud to have made this day ours to celebrate the work of our Rogers Multicultural Film class with its focus on the telling of cultural and community stories through film. We are grateful to Rogers Communication for their sponsorship of this event and the sponsorship of the Phil Lind Filmmaker Artist in Residence. This year, we've been fortunate to have Lisa Jackson with us as our artist in residence, and along with our intrepid instructor, Alejandro Yoshizawa, they've formed a formidable team. This year's National Canadian Film Day event will feature 5 works by this class over the past 4 months. There are 2 longer films and 3 short ones. I hope you enjoy the event. Under normal circumstances, there'd be a terrific reception after in the lobby of the Frederick Wood Theatre, where we'd gather together to celebrate this work and to praise the creativity we have just experienced. Since we're a department where imagination is a key ingredient, I invite you to imagine that reception and the compliments you would be extolling on these fine young filmmakers. Enjoy.
Hello and happy National Canadian Film Day and Earth Day. I'm Lisa Jackson, and I was the Phil Lind Artist in Residence for this class in 2019. And unfortunately, I was supposed to be there in person, but like everybody, we're doing this distantly at this time. But I wanted to just say a few words before the films and say thank you to UBC, to Alejandro, to the students of the class for inviting me in to hear about your film stories. I think that this course is incredibly important. You know, I was lucky in my film school to be able to watch a lot of films that were made in my community, that were Canadian, that were local, that came from different voices that we don't often see through the Hollywood film model. And I can't tell you how critical it was for me as an Indigenous filmmaker to be able to see films that were done that were coming from different voices more similar to my own, with concerns that were much closer to home than stuff I had seen on screens before. So, you know, coming in and being able to hear your film ideas, to talk with you about your films, I was totally inspired by the ideas that you put forward in the communities that were going on to film. And I'm really excited to see the films that have resulted. And I want to congratulate you on completing them in these extraordinary times with all these challenges. And, you know, film is one way that we can communicate with each other through distance. And so I am so excited to see the work that you guys have done. And I hope that everyone stays safe and stays healthy. And I hope you all enjoy the films. Okay, thanks. Bye.
Scotty, I have a question for you. What is the hardest thing about making a movie?
Well, let's see what we do in a movie.
So it depends on the type of film?
Yeah.
When you make your films, what's the most challenging thing?
What's challenging you?
Good job, Sonny.
Hello, my name is Alejandro Yoshizawa, and I am the instructor of FIPR 469A. This year was as you can see, I'm a little bit unkempt. I've been doing lots of yard work and wood chopping and whatnot. Okay, we're outside now. So this semester was very interesting. Right at the key moment, right near the end of the semester, the last third of the semester, when the projects were finishing up or they're just about to shoot and they're going into the edit, and we were planning in the syllabus to have a lot of time to work on the films as a class and the editing portion, stuff happened, and basically I haven't seen the students since then. So, but they came through. They came. Two of the groups managed to finish their film, and then another group managed to do 3 individual films. So, I just want to say congratulations to the students for persevering, for completing their projects, and for making these films that we're going to watch. And I'd also like to thank everyone in the department who made this online screening possible. So I'd just like to say thank you to the students for a fantastic semester. Thank you to everyone in the department for helping out. And we all are doing the best we can. And I think you'll see from the films they did a fantastic job. So enjoy the screening.
No one knows hanfu. What is hanfu looks like, what is hanfu means, and what is our own clothes. We have no idea about those. Hi, I'm Phyllis, and I'm an international student. I'm studying the Asian study. I'm from China. My hometown is Suzhou. It's near Shanghai, and also I'm from here almost like 4 years. At first, I saw that hanfu is like, wow. I saw it on photo, and so I think it's so pretty. I should try it. So I just searched that and get it from Taobao. It's like the Amazon in Canada and America. It's like my first time to wear hanfu. It's in my high school. Before the hanfu movement started, most of people, they don't know what this hanfu looks like. In China, there's 56 different nationalities. Han is like the most biggest group. They have several different dynasties, and the last dynasty is Qing. So the clothes are huge difference between the Han nationality and the other nationality. So people want to find out what's the clothes hanfu is like Han nationality clothes. Different dynasty, they have their own different style of clothes. Like this one is from Ming Dynasty. You can see they have like elements on here, and also the style is like kind of very different. And this one is actually my favorite piece. It's like modern hanfu. Here is the pants, and here have lots of modern elements. And here it's modern design. So it's like, I think everyone realized this one might be is the easiest one for them to wear. The Tang Dynasty one is like, I think that most people know as the hanfu it looks like. And it's colorful, and they have some very different elements from Taoism, like this.
Oh, she looks pretty in it. And I supported it. But sometimes it could get a little embarrassing because like whenever we're walking on the street, people just gonna stop us and asking her question and taking photo for her, and I have to like hold on to the camera and taking photos with my wife and other people. So sometimes it gets embarrassing, but overall I'm okay with it. I think like Han people are just trying to get back those lost culture because the last dynasty ruling China was Manchu. So during the last 300 years, the culture of hanfu just kind of lost, and now people are just trying to get it back. I don't think other ethnic groups will feel threatened because they have their own culture too, and Han people are not forcing our culture on them. It's not like everybody in China has to wear hanfu. It's really depending on your personal preference. A lot of my friends who like hanfu just because of the look, it's like a fashion trend. there are people who's like my wife. Sometimes she wears like the top is like handful, but the bottom is with a jeans. So this kind of makes all the fashion element together. And some activists just got, like, they're not happy with it because they're thinking it's not keeping the culture authentic.
This is beautiful. See, is this hand stitched?
Yeah.
Those are, yeah.
Yeah.
She got it back from China.
Yeah.
So like those are.
I lived 3 years in China and I always admired these beautiful dresses when there was like.
Have you ever tried it?
I never tried one. No,
You
but
should.
I
It
went,
should look good on you, right?
I went to
I know for lots of people, they think it's like, I'm so honored about like wear handful, but for me, just a normal clothes. I don't want to give a clothes too much meaning. Everyone can know about handful and have a good experience to trying handful. Like everyone can wear it, so I don't want to give the clothes have specific meaning. Wherever makes me feel more confident, more pretty, I just wear it. For me, the complete whole makeup, including hair, I need to spend 2.5 hours. It's quite long. I still remember once, it's on my first year in college. I have activities about Confucius, but I didn't remember what the activity is. I wear the handful and already classes start. So I just ran into my classroom and everyone just shocked and watched me. No one saying anything, bad or good. I'm basically so embarrassing. For me, handful is just a simple reason because it looks so pretty. Yeah. I want to promote the culture. We should do more communication from culture by culture, and maybe we can find a middle point.
I've not known life without music, you know? I've been born with music. My name is Bero. I'm a Syrian flute player. I came to Canada 3 years ago. And I'm playing here. This is the oud. It's a Middle Eastern guitar. It's kind of Middle Eastern, North African. It's fretless. It has 6 courses, 6 double strings. It was first made in Spain when the Arabic and Spanish culture met. around 10 years ago, I learned production in Al Faisal company. I did 4 years of production. I did soundtrack production, and since I had those Western, not Western, global sounds, I'd say, I tried mixing it with the oud. It was really nice. I tend to think of fusion music as a tool to express this big message of peace between civilizations and cultures. It's a bridge. It's a way for those cultures to meet. When you have different audiences coming from different places to hear this new genre, new fusion that's coming. Let's say there's a conflict, a political conflict between them. They would just listen to the music. They would have this no view of the other anymore. They would be jamming together on music, which is this fusion music, and they would be feeling it together. And I think that could break a barrier between those people and make them look at each other differently and aspire for peace. It's like whenever there's new music coming, there's a new generation coming. The old generation sticks to their music. It's how it's always been, I think. And I think eventually, when people give it a try and listen to it, it's just as musical as any other music that we have. And to introduce that might be there's always music fanatics. Those people who just want to listen to music, and that's totally great. Music is still music, it's still beautiful, and taste is subjective.
كسر الخاطر يا ولفي ما هان عليا كسر الخواطر يا ولفي ما هان عليا بتروح والقلب مسروق أيام عالبال تروح أيام عالبال
After my concerts, after I go off stage, many people would approach me and they'd be like, this is a really good instrument, the sound of it is really nice, and they'd ask me more questions. They would be like really interested in it, and I would chat with them, and I would feel like they want to hear it more. They would ask me about my events, they would ask me about like if I have any SoundCloud, Spotify. So yeah, I've found so much interest in it actually after doing a couple of shows in BC. I was with Manny, my friend Emmanuel, and we were chilling in the house, and he raps, and I was making a beat for him with the oud. And then I just grabbed the oud and I was like, what if we do some acoustic pieces? And he was like, what do you know? And then I started remembering, and I just remembered Slim Shady for the first time. I got the notes, like I played them, and he started rapping, and I was like, yo, we should record this. And we recorded it, we posted it on YouTube. And in So Far Sounds, another day I was performing and I saw him. It was accidental, and then it was by total accident. And then I was like, do you want to join? And he joined. And then
we just performed it for the people. We thought it would be really nice.
The real Slim Shady, please stand up. Please stand up. Please stand up. Cause I'm Slim Shady, you sound a real shady. All you other Slim Shadys are just imitating. So won't the real Slim Shady please stand up? Please stand up. Please stand up. Oh, I'm Slim Shady, you sound a real shady. All you other Slim Shadys are just imitating. So won't the real Slim Shady please stand up? Please stand up. Please stand up. Cause I'm Slim Shady, you sound the real shady. All the Slim Shadys are just imitating. Won't the real Slim Shady come here? Because I'm not here. Well, he has a beard now. She's weird now.
Caught in between a world of living, surviving, and existing. It's never steady, never still. There's signs of life all around us. Are you paying attention? I catch myself ignoring them too, and then I wonder why. Can't see myself getting old. Naturally aging. I don't know why, but it's just pitch black. I'm turning 20. That's 3 years beyond my dreams. I don't see 28. Maybe ask me again tomorrow. I guess I'm wondering, what motivates us to gamble the present for the possibility of a future? My heart is in my throat. It makes my lips tremble with fear, but also courage to speak my truth and my ancestors' truth.
Being international student is always a double-edged sword. It gives a novel some forgettable memory and honors, while throwing away all the trouble. But this time, it was not a joke. COVID-19 pandemic makes all global in panic and frozen. As trouble never comes singly, my family started calling me crazily, and I had heated discussions for 5 hours per night. Yes, my COVID journey began. Without my permissions or opinion, my dad, who never showed such anxiety and loses temper in my whole life, sent me $3,000 and a ticket for the flight which departs in 3 days and asked me to relinquish everything in Vancouver. I could not argue with him back because, including myself, many international students even could not get the MSP at the moment because of the delay of student permit extensions. And unfortunately, I could experience the rise of xenophobia and cultural differences on wearing masks in Canada. Because I'm absolutely aware how my movement in high of COVID-19 may give a great risk to not only myself but also around the community. To prevent all the risk, I wore a mask and refused to eat for 15 hours during the flight. When I finally stepped foot on my motherland, I was in surveillance of the government. I had self-quarantine for 14 days and daily report my body conditions through the app. However, The most tough thing was when I soon realized I was not welcome by local people. For them, people from abroad were nothing but a human who suspect infections and who abandon country for self-interest without any patriotism. For somebody, the COVID journey is the journey with the 4 fears against the contagious virus. But this was not just about the virus. Yet, it was the journey of knowing the community interpretations against the people from abroad, including myself, like a virus.
You and the cats are self-isolating.